your life is a marathon, and the point is to not compare to other people's races and to focus on yourself and focus on getting to that next checkpoint. Today in the gym, I was working out, and this guy couldn't help watch me bench 225. And, I stepped out and I confronted him. I said, "Stop staring at me. You're a bitch, and I'll smack the shit out you. That's gay. Stop watching me. You wonder why you're last place in your race, but you're over here watching other people race against themselves. And, you wonder why you're last when you're watching people be first." My point is, focus on yourself. All of you guys are always focused on what the next man is doing, which is gay. You need to focus your attention. You have to understand that the only thing you have in this life is time, energy, and the apparatus of, using that, which is called attention, to channel your time and energy through attention, right? To waste that and focus on other people but yourself that don't matter to you. 100%, that dude is not thinking about me, but in the moment where he was in the position to do something to better himself, to take a step forward, even if it's a micro step, to do more than he did last time, he was focused on another man, and then he got checked for it. All of you guys are, these conformities. You want to fake a smile, you want to give a dap up, but, when you are truly embodying the best version of you, when you truly embody that authentic self, you become so fucking real that it's repulsive to the fake. So you can sit there and you can watch other men do what you want to do at higher levels than you thought you could do it. But in all factuality, reality, you are a bitch. And, to sit there and pedestalize somebody, to, give out submission through eye contact is to be rendered mentally inferior. Because, if you're going to exalt something, because you can't do it, that renders you inferior. If you're going to put something on a pedestal, then you're inferior to that by your own choosing. So this is nothing, to do with mental dynamics or intelligence or, superiority complex. It's the fucking truth, and you've made the decision to remain an inferior, fucking delirious, fucking incompetent bitch. So, guys, focus on your own race. And I can't stress this enough. Every time you focus on someone else's race, every time you wonder why you're last place, why you're a joke, broke bitch, well, it's because you never looked in the mirror and then decided to take it upon yourself to decimate and obliterate the lower levels and the lower self that you inhabit, that you allow to inhabit you in your one lifetime. You have to understand that every day we pick up a pickaxe and a shovel, and then we dig deep to pull out the gold within self, and then to channel that power that we find into every fucking endeavor, whether that's the business, whether that's the content, whether that's the gym, whatever the fuck, whether that's the macro count. You have to understand that you need to wake up and pursue the development, and you need to focus on yourself to do that, because you can only focus at one thing at a time. And if you're focusing on other men doing what you want to do, well, you're not going to get far in fucking life, especially if you actually want to go somewhere. If you're in the position to take a step forward, but then you're watching someone else take, bigger steps than you thought you could take, you're not moving, you're just watching someone else do what you want to do. So the point is to compound yourself to the point where you can take those types of steps. But until then, you need to take your micro steps. You need to micromanage yourself. You need to look at your habits, and you need to reflect on that pussy in the mirror, because that bitch isn't cutting it. And you're definitely not going to get far if you're going to remain there and sit and stagnate in that same position. You need to get the fuck up. You need to wake the fuck up. You need to look in the mirror, and you need to actually stop accepting the less of life. You need to stop accepting what the fuck you've been given, and you need to go out and earn and take what the fuck you believe you're worth. Some people believe they're worth 100K. Some people believe they're worth $1 million. Some people believe they're worth 100 million. But the point is, these people always take steps to get to that destination. So if you believe you're worth 250K, and you're gonna evolve and develop into the individual to possess that thing, well, you're not gonna get there if you're focused on someone else, actively doing what you want to do. You're not gonna make money by watching someone else make money and not learn. I'm talking about weird, watch from the corner, on look, and never do anything with your own life, but watch everyone outperform you at levels you didn't even know you could fucking exist. You didn't even know that humans had the capacity to do some shit like that at a certain way. You didn't believe that you had the capacity to execute a task at a certain level, because you're so you're so confined to this mental prison, so many limitations you've been set for yourself. You've allowed these people to permeate your consciousness with so many limitations that you forgot that if someone can do it, you 100% can do it, because you have a brain, you have a spine, you have hands. Do some shit with it, bitch. You sit there and you pretend like you're, handicapped, like you have something wrong with your brain. You have billions of neurons in your fucking brain. You have more neurons in your brain than there are stars in the fucking Milky Way. And yet you're incompetent, underdeveloped, hominid type of fucking way of existing. Isn't gonna do shit. So if you want to get to that next level, well, remember that you have the capacity. You're just too blind. You have too much shit in your eyes, and you're too much of a bitch to wipe it out. Because once you wipe out the shit, you realize that you put the shit there. You are the shit. You need to fix that shit. You need to do some shit to fix some shit. And there you go. Now the shit is gone. Now you're on your path. Now you're actually aligned to something bigger than yourself. Now you are actually aligned to the highest timeline, which is the goal. To align yourself to the best version of you. The only thing that really you need to be is present in this moment, to understand that you can only make choices in the now, and to make a step forward with every choice that you make. And a year from now, you're going to be a different individual than you were when you were sitting there all over the place. When you would take steps backward, when you would pick up the drink, the smoke, the alcohol, when you would hang with fake friends that use you as a crutch for your existence to feel better for that low-level bitch in the mirror. To sit there and waste your life like you don't only live once and time is slowly decreasing. I mean, guys, you always ask what's the motivation, and I say this a million fucking times. Every time you ask what the fucking motivation is, your existence is the fucking motivation. The motivation is your life, you dumb fuck. Motivation. You only live once and time is decreasing, and you're talking about motivation. You dumb bitch. No wonder you got nowhere. Motivation. You only live fucking once. Do yourself a favor and realize that you are the motivation, bitch. Look in the fucking mirror and realize that that is the fucking motivation. That fat piece of shit, bitch, that can't look in the mirror and take accountability for that bitch. Now everyone around you is fat, secretly insecure. Your fucking effect, your effect of being an incompetent primate is now rubbed off on the people around you. You should take shame and apathy and guilt for that bitch, because you could have changed that by being the best version of you, by being the example you always needed, because you know how it feels to be fat, and to sit there and watch your kid get fat. That's another thing that was permeating my fucking mind. I'm fucking mad at, you can be a man, but a man can be a bitch. A woman cannot be a man. A woman cannot be a fucking man, but a man can be a bitch, and that's for sure. Like my mentor said, it's a fact. These women think they could be men, but when it's time to get deep in the fucking trenches, when you're in the abyss, literally, when you have circumstance against you, when you have people against you, when you have everything fucking against you, you're not going to be the unbreakable mindset that's going to pull out fucking divine, ether from your fucking consciousness and transcend that shit by being a fucking savage, never missing the 3 a.m. wake up, always hitting the macros 3 times a day, every day, never missing the fucking workout, and pushing beyond your limit. You guys watch me go from squatting 2 plates to 4. Now we're hitting 5. You watch me go from benching 1 plate to benching 2 plates. You guys watch me go from, being, a psychedelic shroom head to sober, fit, enlightened, and now we're getting rich. Shout out to Shiki Chic for that. Couldn't do it without my mentor. Get a fucking mentor. Join this self-development community, link in the description, and use the information to actually construct the individual that is going to be useful and valuable in life. You have to understand that you are a qualitative existential entity, and your quality of motion, the quality of your existence, is directly correspondent to the quality you habitually sequence in your life. So your habits reflect your quality. So if you want to drink, you want to smoke, you can do that. But when we call you a low quality bitch, don't feel some shit, don't feel some way about it, because that's the truth. You are a bitch if you could sit there and drink and smoke and passively kill yourself all day. But if I'm going to wake up every day and pursue the best version of me, I'm higher quality than you. Why? Because look at the fucking habits that reflect the quality. Quality is a fact. You think your emotional states that reflect opinions really is going to matter when it comes to a fact. Bitch, a fact is a brick and your opinion is a fucking pillow, and if we throw the brick on the pillow is going to get squashed because it's a fucking soft bitch, and the brick will break through whatever the fuck. I don't give a fuck. You guys have to understand that facts override opinions. that fucking simple. Put this shit in context. Use your fucking rational mind. You have a right hemisphere, left hemisphere. Use your brain to fire off fucking neurons to shit that makes sense, and actually use your life as something to build, construct, and love yourself through action. All you guys say you love yourself, then you sit there with a drink trying to escape the unescapable.